implementing Dynamic NAT Part 2. So we've set up our NAT pool. We've set up our access control list that permits anything in the 192.168.1.0/24 network. Now let's put the two together and validate that it works. This command is very similar to the one we used for the static NAT. We're going to do IP NAT. We are coming from the inside. And our source, instead of being an IP address, we're going to specify an access list describing our local addresses. So we'll do list. And if we gave it a name, we could use the name. In this case, we just gave it a number of 50. And we're going to send it out through pool public IPs. That's all we need for now. So we'll hit enter. And now we have NAT. So let's go over to our client and let's ping this internet address. So we'll do ping 100.50.25.1. We received the ICMPs back. Hey, we were 80% successful this time. The internet host shows that it sent it back to 100.50.25.100, which is the first address in our pool. So our NAT worked as expected. We can actually do show IP NAT translations. And we can actually see that 100.50.25.100 was assigned to 192.168.1.1. Now let's go over to our client and let's do an extended ping and ping from this secondary address that I've got configured, this 192.168.1.2. You probably noticed that and wondered what it was for. Exactly this. So we'll do ping IP, the target IP address is 100.50.25.1. Repeat count 5. We're going to do yes to extended command source IP address 192.168.1.2 and leave all of the rest of them the defaults. In this case, we only have a 60% failure rate, or 60% success rate, I should say. We look on the internet router. We look that the destination is .101. Look on the NAT router. Run show IP NAT translations. You now see that 100.50.25.101 is assigned to 192.168.1.2. Now, after a short period of inactivity, these NATs will eventually time out. However, if you have a large inside network and a small pool on the outside, you may overrun your NAT pool, in which case you can do clear IP NAT translations, and you can just do star for all the dynamic translations. We won't do that because there's one other command we need to run, and that is show IP NAT statistics. In this case, we have total active translations are 2. Tells us what our outside interface is, our inside interface is. It tells us what IPs in our pool are being used. It says we've got 6 addresses allocated. We've got 2 in use, using 33% of the addresses. And it tells us if we have had a request for an address out of the pool that the pool could not fulfill because it's out of addresses. And so now you have seen how to do a dynamic NAT. Stay tuned for the next lab where we do dynamic NAT overload.